All right, welcome back, everyone. We have an update from Peninsula Energy Ltd, trades on the OTCQB under the symbol PENMF and on the ASX under the symbol PEN. It's a 100% owned Lance project, one of the largest uranium projects in the United States. It's undergoing a project transformation initiative to transition to a low-cost and environmentally friendly, low-pH ISR operation. Please welcome CEO, Director, Managing Director, Wayne Heili. Nice to see you again, Wayne.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for the introduction. It's great to be back on the program with you, sharing the updates really of what Peninsula Energy is doing. You pointed it out. We have a flagship project that's really one of the best in the United States as far as resources go for uranium production. Peninsula Energy is a uranium production, near-term uranium production company. We do trade on the Australian Stock Exchange as our primary listing, and we trade on the OTC under the symbol PENMF. The Lance project's located in the state of Wyoming, a great mining jurisdiction, a tier 1 mining jurisdiction, has one of the largest U.S. Known resources of uranium with a JORC compliant resource of over 53 million pounds, and the opportunity to substantially grow that resource in size. We'll have some drilling programs in 2024. I'll touch on that in just a moment. That are geared towards upgrading our resource. But really, most importantly, as a near-term producer, our focal point this year is to chase production, to be ready for production by the end of 2024. We have a very robust and detailed and resilient life of mine plan where we expect to be in production starting late 2024 and be able to produce up to 2 million pounds per year of uranium yellowcake. Final dried product will be an independent producer, which is a shift for us from where we were when we put the project first into production in 2015. And we had what we call a satellite plant in our industry, a satellite plant capable of producing uranium, but not in its final product form, which is sellable. We relied on a third party in the past when we produced uranium, and that third party produced that sellable product. We're now beginning to construct the facilities to be capable of end-to-end production, being able to make that final product for ourselves. And that's really, when the plant is ready, that's when we're going to start up. With our current plans, we see startup at the end of this year, and probably 9 months down the road or thereabouts, we'll be in a position of being positive cash flow situated, consistently moving forward. So we get very early returns. The uranium market is robust. Our sales contract portfolio is healthy and supports the production decision. And we'll be able to achieve that sign of a mature producing company, positive cash flow, probably 8 to 9 months down the road from the start of production. We have a proven team pursuing this. Our game plan, we actually were ready for production in the current configuration of the plant in the middle of last year, but we decided to put this additional facilities and capability together before we started production because of the project economics are just significantly enhanced by doing so. So in 2024, if you were listening to me, the milestones, the things that Peninsula Energy is striving to achieve. The first piece of news flow you're going to hear is the commencement of the construction of the plant expansion, where we're going to expand the capability of the plant from currently about 1 million pounds per year to up around 2 million pounds per year. And we're going to expand the plant capability from being a satellite plant to being a full end-to-end uranium yellowcake production center. That's exciting news. That's coming very quickly, with the completion of our detailed engineering and bidding out of the construction packages currently underway. We'll have wellfield development, and an in-situ recovery. We use mine units or well fields to generate uranium-bearing solutions, and we capture that uranium in our plant facilities. It's essential that any in-situ recovery operator focuses an equal amount of attention on wellfield development so that They have new mining areas opened up when needed. Because we're taking a year to prepare our mining units, our plant, our mining units are also getting advanced and will be in a very good condition with a lot of advanced development before we get started. So the mining unit construction is very important to us. We're also looking at resource expansion, taking our 54 million pounds of resources and moving it up. A lot of the resources are classified as inferred resources. We're going to focus some drilling attention on bringing the drill spacing closer to be able to upgrade the resources to measured and indicated, which is more bankable, if you will, but also more reliable resource classification, a higher quality of resource. And we're going to look at upgrading the resource at our recently announced Dagger project. Dagger is an area that's just to the northeast of our flagship property. We added that property at the end of last year and introduced a 7 million pound resource. So universally, we have 60 million pounds of resource. But at the end of the day, the biggest piece of news that I can deliver to the shareholders and investors of Peninsula during the course of 2024 is the commencement of production, moving our project from idle, where it is presently, back into production, and ramping us up towards 2 million pound per year production rate, which is our current goal. So with that, I'll wrap up and see what questions I've created.
Okay, great. First of all, congratulations on the recent signing of the new sales agreement. Can you provide some insights into the key aspects of that agreement?
Yes, thanks. Yeah, last week we introduced that we've signed a new sales agreement with a utility customer in Europe. We have customers in the United States and in Europe. But what's most exciting for us today is that the uranium market has been in a real bull condition for a while now, and prices in the market are considerably higher than they were, and much higher than we'd been able to achieve in a contractual situation. So we were waiting for this opportunity to open up new discussions on contracts, when the pricing was right. So we've added in a new contract with deliveries scheduled for 2028 to 2033, a little bit out into the distance, allows us to get ramped up and going comfortably and fulfill our existing contracts. But we have long-term customers. We have, long-term requirements for production from our facilities, and the pricing, is reflective of today's current market. So we're really excited to be able to add additional contracts at accretive pricing into our book.
Great. Wayne, can you talk a little bit more about that? How do you perceive the outlook for the North American uranium landscape?
Well, in the United States right now, we have Congress and the Senate considering banning the importation of uranium and nuclear fuel products from Russia, and rightfully so, I think. And that's going to create a really exciting dynamic. It's going to disrupt the normal state of the market. There's going to be a greater requirement for North American and Western nation production of uranium and nuclear fuel altogether. If we can wean ourselves some reliance on our geopolitical foes, we'll be a greater independent nation as a whole. The move towards independence as a nation for nuclear fuel is very similar to Peninsula Energy's move to independence as a uranium producer, being able to generate a final sellable product without reliance on third parties. So the uranium markets this year, I expect, will be approaching and reaching all-time highs, which, today the pricing is in and around $100 a pound. But, for me to be right, I think we're seeing pricing going over $130, $135 a pound. A great opportunity still for investors, even though the price is up, to look at uranium as an investment and to realize there's still a lot of runway for upside for investors.
Well, given the recent developments in your sales portfolio and ongoing plant construction, how does the company plan to maintain its competitive edge in this uranium market you just mentioned, amidst evolving industry dynamics affecting the global demand and supply?
Well, Our competitive edge is coming from two areas in the U.S. market. First of all, we are transitioning from a more benign and gentle process chemistry to extract uranium, and alkaline chemistry, to a low pH chemistry, which is practiced elsewhere in the world. Kazakhstan, the world's leading nation in uranium production, uses the low pH technology, and we've embraced that technology and are the first U.S. uranium production company to use it. So we're going to have a competitive edge in the way we approach it, but then we're also really looking at, with that technology, being able to produce a larger volume of uranium from our single asset at 2 million pounds per year of uranium production. That'll position us as the largest singular U.S. Uranium production center using in situ leaching or recovery technology. So, both by volume and by the technology and the technological approaches, we see ourselves very competitive in the markets.
Last question quickly from Adrian Cantrell. As the cycle progresses, what's your view on corporate consolidation in the industry?
I think there's room for additional consolidation. It makes sense. Scale is important, and the liquidity in the markets is important, and that comes from having larger scale, bigger market cap companies. So there's a number of like-minded companies that may consolidate in the coming months and perhaps a year. We have seen some considerable consolidation, which has been well respected, and we've seen companies grow through consolidation to become significant market cap companies. I think that trend's going to continue. I think that Peninsula Energy as a whole is open to those discussions, as long as we can receive a fair valuation for our shareholders as we enter into those types of discussions and transactions.
Great. Well, thank you, Wayne, for coming on and giving us this update. We look forward to following you along with your continued updates on our conference.
Well, thank you, Anna. It's good to be here.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back with Myriad.